Hello and welcome to the lecture on custom pricing procedure. A customized pricing procedure is always needed when none of the standard pricing procedure out of the SAP system meets the pricing requirements. At least in my experience, all the pricing requirements are always unique for a given company. Almost all companies define their own customized pricing procedure. SAP ERP pricing procedures are sometimes customized for several other reasons. The customer requires a special pricing element to be created to capture a restocking fee as an example. When customer returns a defective product, such as a laptop, a fee is charged. This is not usually defined as a standard pricing element, so it must be customized. The customer requires a special discount pricing element that is not based on the standard SAP ERP fields provided. For example, customer discount can be cumulative based on all the line items of a sales order instead of a single line item. Therefore, a customized discount pricing procedure element has to be defined because this is not available as a standard pricing conditions. It's always best to create a new pricing procedure by copying an existing pricing procedure. This is very important, so let me repeat it again. Always create a new pricing procedure by copying an existing procedure. In fact, it is true for many other configurations as well. To start with this process, you need to first identify the standard pricing procedure that you will use as the source for the new customized procedure. The menu path to identify the standard pricing procedure is as follows. You go to SPRO, Sales and Distribution, Basic Function, Pricing, Define and assign pricing procedure, maintain pricing procedure. Don't worry if you don't catch it, because I will show you in a moment on how to create a new customized pricing procedure. Second, make a copy of the pricing procedure and rename it as a Z or Y pricing procedure by selecting the standard pricing procedure. For example, RVA001. Selecting the pricing procedure that you want to copy and then select the copy button. Name this new pricing procedure something like ZVAA01. And finally, remove any unwanted pricing condition in this newly created pricing procedure. Just a word of caution, be careful when deleting unwanted pricing condition, because sometimes condition types such as VPRS, which is for cost, or diff for rounding errors or rounding offs are required. The same is true when deleting total and subtotals, because sometimes the subtotals for the total discounts and net values are still required. To configure and set up new pricing procedure, you need to understand the various steps that you need to follow in sequence. First, identify the standard pricing procedure that closely matches with your requirement. Once you have identified the source for the new customized procedure, you need to make a copy of the pricing procedure and rename it as Z or Y pricing procedure. The best way to learn this configuration is to learn by looking at a demo. So let me show you in an SAP session. Okay, so we are in SAP menu and we're going to go to SPRO. So we're going to take customization IMG SPRO menu, or we can type the command SPRO, select SAP reference IMG, select sales and distribution, basic function, and within basic function pricing, pricing control, and define and assign pricing procedure. So we're going to go with the first one, maintaining pricing procedure. Select that one. And once you're there, you can see the entire list of all the existing pricing procedure. So I'm just going to go in a disable mode or in display mode so that by mistake I do not modify anything. So what we're going to be modifying or what we're going to be creating is RVAA01, which is the standard one, and we will make a copy of that. So let's review it, the existing one, the existing RVAA01 pricing procedure, and we look at it PR00, PB00, ZK01, VA01, and all other condition types are there. So what I'm really trying to assess here is what are the condition types that I will definitely use in my current procedure. So once I have identified that I know that all the condition types are already there, and if I need to add or delete an existing one, that I can always do that, but I just want to make sure it is the right pricing procedure that I can copy from. So I'm just reviewing all the condition type. I do see material rebates, rounding offs, condition types is also there, and VPRS, the cost, that's also there, profit margin, customer expected price, values for the EDI transmission. So those values are also there as a condition type. So I'm good on that one. So let's get back. I'm going to go in the edit mode. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that I have unselected everything. And then I'm select RVAA01, the standard pricing procedure, and click the copy button. And in the copy, I'm just going to add Z. And so I have renamed it as ZVAA01, and I'm going to call it as a standard demo. You can use your and then hit the enter and copy all. And what's really SAP is doing is underneath there are other condition values that are getting copied. So I'm just hitting enter and I'm taking all the default values. They're just warning, and there we go. I have the new pricing procedure ZVA001 created into the system. So as you can see, it's all created. Now all I need to do is just to make sure it's all the values or all the condition types are copied in, and I can save the pricing procedure at this point of time. Good. Once you have defined and configured the pricing procedure, the next step is to activate the pricing at an item category level. The item category in sales order line item is basically what drives the business process flow. So let's review on the SAP system on how to activate the pricing at an item category level. Demo start, demo end. All of the item categories relevant for pricing needed are to be activated. Once the indicator has been selected for the item category, the pricing is automatically determined for the sales document that has this item category, and the pricing is added to the cumulative total of the document. On the other hand, if the statistical value indicator is chosen, then the pricing is not taken into account for cumulative value of the document, but the line item shows the price on the sales document. For example, statistical item category rebates are considered statistical on the sales order because the customer is not given the rebate immediately. Rather than the rebate is accrued and paid later. So it is shown as a statistical on the sales order. Okay, so we are going back in SPRO and selecting SAP reference IMG, selecting sales and distribution, basic function. Within basic function, we're selecting pricing, pricing control, and then define pricing by item category. So this is the step where we're going to run the activating the pricing for item category. Now, before I explain further detail, let's understand what exactly is item category. So I'm going to a sales order by a 1B0303 transaction, and I'm in a sales order. And as you can see, there are 2 line items. And for each line item, I have 2 separate item categories. The first one is TAS and the next one is TAX, tax. The tax is for non-stock item, which means I'm not going to calculate any pricing for that. Whereas the TAS is a third-party item for which I will have a price. So if I go to the pricing procedure at the line level for TAS, which is line item 10, and if you go to condition tab, you can see all the prices are there. But whereas for TAX, as you can see, there are no prices because I'm really not running any pricing procedure for that. So now we understand what the item category is. Going back to SPRO, going back to sales and distribution, basic function. Within basic function, I'm going to pricing, pricing control, and then define pricing by item category. So I'm going to select the first one, select choose, and here we are. We have a lot of item categories. So I'm going to select TAN, which is the standard item category. And as you can see, pricing is standard, which means pricing will be carried out. If it was blank, then nothing will be carried out. Now, if you look at tax, it's blank, which means the pricing will not be carried out. So there we go. That's how we set up pricing, activating the pricing by item category.